Thank you, Chairman, Commissioners. The plans for Hollywood, Mahoning Valley, for a thoroughbred track, this does say Dayton Raceway, but both will be themed in the Hollywood theme, which is our predominant brand that Penn National Gaming has been using and introducing at most of our properties, any of the new ones that we have. Mahoning will be a similar look and feel to what you see here in terms of the front entrance to the facilities for both facilities. From a site plan point of view for Mahoning, we will have thoroughbred racing there. This is the transfer of our Beulah Park license. 1 mile dirt racetrack, 6 furlong and mile-and-quarter chute. The track will be a limestone base and primarily sand, conducive to wintertime racing, which right now, in terms of our current date schedule.
Who's building this track at Austintown?
Both of our racetracks, both Austintown and Dayton, will be designed and built by Greg Kuhn Brothers, who has developed or worked on 15 thoroughbred racetracks, including Delaware Park, Tampa Bay Downs, Hawthorne. Prior to Penn National acquiring Beulah, he did work at Beulah Park as well. Part of the design on the thoroughbred track will be spiral turns. There'll be about 6-degree banking on the thoroughbred turns, 3% in straightaways. Spiral turns are more beneficial for the horses going in and out from a safety standpoint. So we're glad to have Greg on the team, and I think from a harness side, I think you know his reputation from that standpoint. The barn area right now is we have on the plans here 10 barns of approximately 46 stalls each. We are, as I think you may be aware, Chairman, we are in negotiations and discussions with the HBPA of Ohio in regards to the sizing of the backstretch area and the stabling and some of the other amenities back there. Those are ongoing. As you can see, there is available space there if we need to develop. The entranceway, stable gate entrance, will be separate from the main entrance here with a secured security gate. We have some available area here for parking and our manure storage. We have a maintenance area for our track maintenance.
How many parking spaces do you have on the backside for trailers?
Scott, parking's about 60 or 70, I think, right now. There's parking in front of each barn, approximately, I think, 4 to 6 spots in front of each barn, and then a general parking area here, which should be at least 40 to 50. Is
that something you discussed with the thoroughbred horsemen? How many parking spaces? Or
I don't know if we've spoken specifically. They've seen some of these plans. I don't know if we do have trailer parking separate that we would be able to accommodate trailers that would stay during the course of the season. So we think at least the sizing right now, the appropriate number is there from the parking standpoint. We do have a ship-in barn for approximately 60 stalls, which is located here with a large parking area for the ship-ins. We have a separate test barn that will obviously be used by the Racing Commission. That will be within the secured area, the backstretch. The entire backstretch will be secured per the regulations of the Racing Commission. This is a residential area down on the south side. This is Route 11 to your right, Route 80 on the north there, so great access to the facility coming in. Again, our main stable gate entrance will be there. Our main racing building for racing personnel, our race office, the Racing Commission licensing offices, and the jocks room will all be in this building here, which is also adjacent to the paddock area. So horses coming to the race for the paddock will come up the path here. There's parking right here, which will probably be used primarily by horsemen, we would think, and they can come in the racing office area, make entries, they can come in. There's also a covered walkway that takes them from that point past the paddock into the grandstand building, so there is good access for horsemen coming in from that side. Again, full jockeys' quarters, offices for the racing personnel. This is very similar, if you've had the opportunity to come to Penn National Racecourse, very similar to a layout. We've had success with that building and that layout. We have found that to be right size for a thoroughbred racing facility, and including the paddock area as well. You had 12-horse paddock with a couple extra stalls, if necessary. Ample space, walking ring-wise, so for safety considerations from that standpoint, and a nice viewing area from the apron for people looking in to the paddock area. So that, from a site plan point of view, I don't know, do we want to wait till the end for any questions or anything?
Everybody's free to ask a question whenever they like.
So this is the main building.
Let me ask you, have you reviewed these plans with Mr. Crawford as to the needs for the Racing Commission?
We had gotten some dimensions on office areas and what they needed in terms of that. Again, very similar to our Penn National setup. The square footage, I think, is around 300 or so.
But if you talked directly about this with him?
We had asked early on in terms of dimensions that they felt would be needed from that standpoint, as well as the testing area, what would be required from that standpoint. I think the testing area is a 12-stall building.
Sufficient.
So our main building is here. It's an integrated BLT and racetrack location. And we can start going into the plans here. And I would direct your attention to the second page, number 2, which gives you a schematic of our casino, or our BLT area, as well as the back of
Just
there.
a quick question. On the building, what angle is that to the racetrack? I mean, it looks,
What do you
the
say?
rendering really looks like it's slanted this way. I mean, I'm just looking as far as the
There's a slight slant.
Okay, it's not quite
here.
that much.
Yeah, it's not parallel. There's a slight slant coming in there. So this will be a little narrow on this side.
I mean, as far as the building, so the
versus traffic.
stewards can actually see that turn. I mean, it's slanted so much, it looks like.
Which turn? This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, there shouldn't be any. They're going to be 30 feet up. There shouldn't be any site angle issues. We'll once again double check with our